What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel online, www.whatsupinthesky.com. If you haven't checked the website out, you have to get over there and check it out. There's so much going on, all sorts of great stuff going on in the forums. The space news that means stuff to us, our whole collective group we've got here. We've got 3 or 4 really great moderators on there, always putting out the news. So if you're looking for space news, and you're looking for a site that's going to give you, the kind of stuff that we're looking for, head on over to whatsupinthesky.com and sign up. It's free. If you sign up, you can talk in the forums, go back and forth. Sometimes it's a lot easier than talking on the we've got thousands of YouTube. I've got almost 650 YouTube videos or something like that now. To keep up with each stream, it gets hard. So here we are on Mars via the Curiosity rover, and of course we're looking at an enhanced image, and we are looking at some amazing things. This was sent from my buddy Shell, and I'm letting your eyes just kind of adjust to this image. I'm going to show you how it came directly from NASA. You're looking at something that's wrecked, destroyed like the rest of Mars indeed, but we have something here I think we can absolutely call some sort of machinery. It's got pipes, it's got fittings, it's got outputs, inputs, it's got straight lines. It's actually in a triangle type configuration where under it it's got pieces. Don't mind back there where the fire is just kind of popping on us. Check this out. It looks like sheet metal that's been just hung over, spun over. And we're going to take a look at all this stuff. Plus down here, there's some amazing things going on everywhere you look on this picture. Once again, it's got the, here's how it looked from NASA. That popping's pretty loud. Here's how it looked from NASA. This stuff is there. All you do to get it out to come out is just auto color these things. And then I do a little bit of sharpening. Um, but pretty beautiful, I must say. So you can see the stuff is there. Check out this piece down here. It's kind of looks like it's got a hat on something. It just got a cover and it comes down. I mean, it looks like a top hat or something along those lines. Of course, I see what I see. You see what you see. I don't think it's a top hat. If you've been watching my videos long enough, I think we get that together. And one of the other stunning anomalies on this one is, let me find it over here. Not only there, but look at this box here. You can see it's got the 90-degree angles. It comes up in the back. There's like a circle to it, almost like a drawer. You can tell it's kind of been hit and beat down, but as it comes up, look at that. Perfect 90 there, perfect 90 there, and the rest is just buried up in the sand. Now let's go take a look where I got this shot from, because this is what's the interesting part. If you're just browsing through the NASA images, and you really are just like, most people don't look at these, only us anomaly hunters. And I got this from my buddy Shell, and he has sent, everything he sends good stuff. Like I said, he's one of those guys that doesn't waste his time, and he doesn't want to waste anybody's time. If you guys find stuff, send it on over. I will eventually get to a video. I promise. I've got a video to do file that's probably got about 25 really good images in it. This was a newer one from Sol 1192. And when I say Sol, for the people who don't know what a Sol is, sometimes I just think everybody knows what stuff is. A Sol is the Martian day since we've been there on the surface. So if we're talking about the Curiosity rover, we're talking about Sol 1192. If we're talking opportunity, it's up in the 4,000s because we've been there 4,000 days. So let's really get into this thing, and I'll show you the 4 ways I have it. I've got it in black and white because you got to have black and white. And sometimes just the bare filter on the image really can throw your eyes off. This is a much darker image that I've got the opacity and the fill pulled down a little bit. Just so it fits in and blends in a little bit more. See how I pull that down just a tad, and it blends in with whatever's under it. So I can change the one under. Here's what's under it, which is a little bit brighter. Or I could take that off and blend this piece in with the back one. So, which tends to look, depending on what we're looking at, is a little bit different. So let's go straight up to here, because other than that box anomaly on the other side is pretty amazing. But check this out. Let your eyes just adjust to whatever in the world this is. And let's take a look at some of the lines. So we've got this, what looks to be like a triangle base here, something along those lines. It comes up. This almost looks to be some sort of statue or head of something. I'm really leaning toward this being like a shrine or a building, but who really knows? Just because Mars suffered such a devastation, this may not be part of this. It could have been from two totally separate parts of the planet when it got hit. This stuff could have traveled very far. It may not have. This could have been right next to each other. And similar features. Okay, so let's look at some of these. We've got lines, straight lines, parallel lines up here, um, along with a lot of these circles that have the perfect donut shape to them, almost like they're like if you're working on plumbing or something like that, where you'd have your fittings and your pieces come into. As you see over here, where we've got the sand, how I've done this is you can see where it's blocked out, but you can see the block. Once again, I'm wondering if they're actually obfuscating this as the fire goes crazy. Because when you sharpen it up and see them, you can see how this doesn't look natural at all compared to the rest of this stuff. And in black and white, wow, you can really see these pieces up here. Look, it's got a C piece. It comes down. What rocks have you ever seen do that? On Mars or on here at Earth, And of course, we're looking at a whole different, planet. So, but you got to give this some sort of like, whoa, something's going on here. And here's when you've got the color really, this is the color of it because let me show you again. This color gets pulled out from the original. Here's the original, and you can see the colors in there. They're not that bright, but when you hit that auto color on it, here, I'm going to just do it just for your, so you can see what happens. Auto color, it pulls that color right out. So you can see it, and that's the one up, that's basically like the one right here. I basically, from here, I've pulled it out a little bit more, but isn't that amazing? Just taking that little bit, it pulls that color out. So my like smoking gun piece right here, when I was taking a look at it, is this down here. It looks like you can see there's a metal, it almost looks metal to me, a metal piece that comes out around here. There's intake. This looks like one of those intake type like tubes I was telling you about. I'll make it bigger. And look at the piece of what looks like sheet metal here, or some kind of metal. It could be rock, but if it is, it's been carved over, turned over, and the shadow matches it. Look how the shadow comes back around here, and you can see in here it's that's actually a piece of something, and it looks like the front of whatever it was. Because here in the back you've got that piece there, and let me show you that's how it comes directly from NASA. Pretty amazing piece right there. Who knows what this stuff was? That's what I love about this. And then if you keep looking at this stuff here around, you see these symmetry. If you chop that little piece there, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 little knobs, nodules, whatever you want to call them, spheres. They've been called so many different things here. I've run out of words. It's amazing. Like every time I pull up a video or I get something from somebody, it's like, gosh, there's just so much here. Where do you begin? Where do you stop? How do you come to some sort of head on this stuff? And once again, check out wherever the sand is. I mean, this just could be the color of it. Has that what looks to be painted over, and it looks to be done by the rover or an algorithm, a math algorithm, because you can see it's done in blocks, and it really shows it when you try and go and pull some of this stuff out. Well, let's take a look at this right here. This is interesting to me because in the front of it, or if this is the front, whatever we want to call this is the front, that's the back. Um, there's a marking here. It's got an S-shaped, reversed S shape. It's got a little blur mark under it, but you can still see it clear as day if you're on your phone. Here's a little bit better way to see it. It's got some just interesting pieces. And look up here. This is where I started thinking, okay, this is where NASA's been hiding stuff, or because I mean, look at that. This is supposedly just the sand. I mean, when you have that, let me see what it looks like just from NASA. You can see that in there. I mean, you can see that little piece right there, and when you pull it out, Look how different it is. And look at the layering of that supposed sand. I mean, I think we're just looking at more and more obfuscation. And why? Why? I mean, they've obviously found something amazing on this planet. And they're being very reluctant to share what they found. Here's that weird color stuff here. It almost looks like gold running through down here, but it's all got a spear at the end. It comes with another like little, almost looks like there's a hole around with another circle around it. And the same here, it's a circle and it's got a little sphere in the middle. And that vein or whatever it is kind of runs through that piece right here. And as I add my other color, there's also more of that down here on the bottom that does that. So let's go ahead and take a let's keep going across the top, and let's get these top stuff out of the way because this is just truly amazing to me. Okay. Look at this piece. It almost looks like it comes to a, how could I, like a cone end to it. Like this top would be the top of the cone. See how it like just comes down, opens up, and then just, what could be a rock, but right up above it is another 90-degree angle and just kind of random under that stuff. This stuff was destroyed. This is a civilization took a wallop. As I said that many times, and I used to say millions of years when I first started looking at this stuff. I was like, oh, this has to be millions of years. The more and more I look at this Mars stuff, this looks like it hasn't been weathered for millions of years. I'm thinking thousands, 10,000s, tens of thousands, maybe thousand for all we know. How do we even know that our timeline we've been told on Earth is correct when we've been told this by people? We have no true idea. Check this out here. There's always like symmetry in a little bit of everything. When you let your eyes adjust and come into it. But here's the other pieces up here. It looks like kind of a remnant of a little bit of a wall here. You've got some circles in it. It comes up. It looks kind of blocked off. I see what I see. You see what you see. Let's keep on moving. Oop, bringing up all my stuff there. Let's keep moving on over to the left here. Um, I'm sure I'm missing stuff, and that's where you guys come in. Comment below and say, "Oh, Will, you idiot, you missed that. How'd you miss that?" Once again, here's another what looks to be a rectangular piece of something that had 90-degree angles in it at one time. See here to here, and we're just looking at it on an offset angle. See down here where it has those perfect angles and a bevel along it. So I mean, this piece right here is beveled. I might use this as the actual, thumbnail. I'm not decided. I'm having so much trouble deciding lately what to use for thumbnails because there's so much of it. Here you've got I was showing this to a family member and they said, "Oh, that looks like a face." And with two eyes and a mouth. And I said, I always try to stay away from stuff that looks like faces unless it's blatant. And that does look like the front of a face or something that would be slapped up. Looks like something we'd have on our wall, like a mask, like you stick up on the wall. I'm surprised I don't have one here that I can show you. Um, but very interesting that you find you find this rectangle piece right here, and then have another one up here at the top. Just very interesting uh, here to me. Maybe they're dresser drawers. Maybe the Martians, this used to be the end of somebody's house, and that's where they kept their good stuff. Oh, it's Friday night. It's Friday night. It's been a long week. I hope you're enjoyed your week. It's got a nice long weekend coming up. Um, Christmas here, and I've got some good time off. I'm gonna be getting into these videos. We got a lot of these I want to try and get to, and I might not release them all at once because when I get back into work, sometimes it's hard for me to get these out. But I will surely be trying to get to the to do video to do file. And if, like I said, if you sent me something, believe me, if I've told you I'm gonna make a video, it's coming. It's just gonna take a little bit of time to get there. So. All right, let's take another little quick look at what we've got laying around here. Make sure I didn't miss everything my buddy Shell sent over. He's pretty cool. When he sends stuff, here, I'll show you how he sends it. He sends it with everything marked out so we could take a look at it. And it's that much easier to see. So let me put hit back over here. If you checked out that video, I've got 5 monitors on here hooked up now, and the I think I put a glimpse. Here's was one of them right here that he wanted to show. Pretty interesting shapes here. Check this out. Let me get this big on the screen for you guys. Um, the top of it looks like it comes down. It comes in like a stack of something, and then down here you just got more symmetrical rectangle, and it looks like it's beveled. You really can't see it that well, but you can see that there is something there. It's definitely interesting. It's kind of off the ground a little bit because you can tell the shadows. Let me see what else. Oh, and of course he noticed this. This was the main one that, like I say, when you see those angles, and then plus over here there's a circle. I'm not sure if you got that one or not, but it's like these telltale shapes and geometry that really just it intrigues me, um, especially in a random just kind of rock pile or a random place on Mars that's supposed to be barren and nothing out here, where then you've got up here on the actual hill. This is kind of interesting. Look at the color change in this. It almost looks like metal. That something up there is metal. It's not whatever, it's not in focus up there, but you can see the change, and there's nothing else like that in the entire image. Let me go back over, not trying to make you guys sick, and see if it pops out us again. Yeah, right there, it just kind of pops on out. Let's see what that looks. Yeah, it's definitely different color. And the auto color really notices it and pulls it out. But everywhere there's like this sand, it looks like it's hiding stuff. Like I said, I must say, it looks like it's hiding stuff. Um, Maybe it was a hazy day on Mars when it took it, and it just so happened that all of the places that looked like might have been water at one time, or possibly still is water, has happened to have that look to it. But as always, I speculate just like NASA speculates. They can come up with a reason in 3 seconds for some of this stuff. Well, why is this like that, or why is this? They'll look at a piece of imagery. Richard was telling me this. Richard Hoagland. I've been doing his show a lot lately, and he said, he used to work with these people in the control rooms, and he was part of the NASA. The press corps that would ask questions and stuff, and they'd get the images back, and right, it'd be 2 minutes of looking at an image supposedly, and they had answers for what everything was. And I think it's like we ask so fast, and they come up with these answers, and then they're kind of got to stick by them. And lately, they've got so many missions out there, so many different mission people running them. Um, they're giving us a lot more. Like the latest Pluto stuff is amazing. That's going to be one of my next videos coming up here in the next week. I'm going to do a Pluto video. Take a look at the color imaging from it. Just some amazing stuff's come back. Just a standard weird looking rock right there. But this was the one that my buddy Shell also pointed to, because when you look at it, it's very bright. It almost looks like a mushroom or something. Um, but you can see how bright it is too. It's pretty much perfectly circle from the angle we're looking at it. It's got a little base under it. Just odd. I love to just brush back the sands of time here and just kind of see what was really under the surface. I think most of what we have here, especially at Mount Sharp, is under the ground at the bottom. Maybe as we go up the actual mountain, we're going to see some other stuff. It's going to, if we get a chance to go up the mountain, that's the thing. But all right, guys, what do you think? Comment below. Let me put this thing on one more time here. Let me put it on the real dark one. Let you take a look at that. Tell me, let your eyes adjust. Does that look like some wreckage to you? It looks like to me something wrecked. Either wrecked from flying there, wrecking, or maybe a statue was wrecked when the planet was wrecked. Something wrecked this stuff up. And once again, around it, you've got these wonderful sands that seem to have either the NASA is saving on the colors and the downloads by making it all one color and adding those algorithms in, or they're covering up the natural color of it or whatever it is, which maybe is damp, wet water. And that's not unheard of, because if you check out on my channel, if you go to my channel, there's a search box. You can search just channels, type in water, and then hit enter. Or what's up in the sky 37 water, and you're going to find images that Curiosity's found. You're going to find them that everybody else has found, and everybody's heard of the flows. Well, I'm working on another video that's going to show about 15 pictures of water flows here on since we've gotten Curiosity Rover there. So, and we wouldn't have contaminated these. Their flows, the bottom, and we could have taken a little piece sample from the bottom of the flow that wouldn't contaminate the source. So that whole argument gets thrown out the door when they bring that up. But, all right, check this out over here. One more thing I wanted to point out. This white piece, and this is kind of strange here. Check how it comes up to like a circle with a sphere, comes up, looks almost a 90-degree angle there. And this almost looks like stairs or something, like that was meant to be there at some point. But interesting stuff, guys. Come on over to the website. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I filter some of these out. I blow them up a little bit so you can see them. I try to get the best color for you, as well as I let you down. There's a link to the original download, and there's also a link to the, I basically make this a download so you can download the whole image and find some more stuff for yourself. So, all right, guys, what's up in the sky.com. The more of you sign up over there, the better the forums are getting. We've got some wonderful moderators. Come on over, start posting anything you can. Like I said, if you found something on Mars and you want to post it somewhere, and you're not into Facebook, we have these pages out on Facebook. We do too. But there's a lot of people on Facebook. It kind of muddies everything up. And I think you're going to get more of an honest opinion of your stuff here. We critique things. It's more of a, like I said, when you get to the website, read the opening paragraph on it. What's up in the sky.com. That'll tell you exactly what we're all about. And all right, guys, much love to you. Let me know what you think this guy's done. What in the hell is this? All right, much love. Take it easy. Peace.